The armed forces of Ukraine have liberated 1,886 settlements from the Russian invaders since the beginning of the full-scale war. Most of them already have social services, hospitals and educational institutions functioning. Restoration work of critical infrastructure continues in all the occupied territories.
The work of humanitarian headquarters has begun on a territory of 1,620 settlements. The resumption of the work of state authorities and local self-government continues. Work of medical institutions has resumed in 965 settlements. We are also working on the restoration of gas, heat and electricity supply. To accomplish this task, maximum forces and capabilities were directed. Specialists work in all territorial communities.
The Russian occupiers have been trying to capture Bakhmut in the Donetsk region and nearby settlements for more than a month now, unsuccessfully, but the situation in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions remains the most tense.
Підрозділи Сил оборони відбили атаки окупантів.
The units of the defense forces of Ukraine have repelled the attacks of the Russian invaders in the areas of the settlements of Білогорівка, Luhansk region, and Спірне, Берестове, Бахмут, Курдимівка, Північне, Новобахмутівка, Красногорівка, Первомайське, Невеселке, and Мар'їнка, Donetsk region. The enemy is concentrating its main efforts on conducting offensive operations on the Bakhmut and Avdiivka directions.
Russian commanders throw hundreds of troops into the offensive trying to achieve at least some success on the battlefield. Among them are mobilized men. The result of such tactics is more than 85,000 Russian occupiers being killed in Ukraine.
Partial mobilization as well as the widespread involvement of convicts in hostilities. All this indicates that the Russian regular army that invaded our land on February the 24th has actually been defeated. If it was not completely destroyed, then it suffered such big losses that forced the Russian leadership to make unpopular, unconventional and often even criminal methods.
The Russians themselves also talk about huge losses among their own servicemen.
The Russian authorities say that we have destroyed 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 5 infantry fighting vehicles, 2 tanks, 3 tanks, 300 mercenaries of the armed forces of Ukraine. Oh, come on. You better tell everyone how much of our personnel was killed just in a day. Damn it, tell that. Yeah, we already have rumors that 80,000 servicemen have already been killed. Well, everything is possible.
Russian support for military aggression against Ukraine is decreasing with each passing day. The Russian Meduza publication, citing its sources close to the Kremlin, says that the results of closed opinion polls commissioned by the Russian presidential administration clearly indicate that Russians do not feel optimistic about their future and the future of their country. The Kremlin may be preparing a false attack under the Ukrainian flag to win back public support for the war in Ukraine.
The Kremlin appears to be setting information conditions for a false flag attack in Belgorod region, Russia likely in an effort to regain public support for the war in Ukraine. Russian claims of an imminent attack on Belgorod region are absurd and only aim to scare the general public to support the war. Ukraine has no strategic interest in invading Russia and no ability to do so at such a scale. From the report of the American Institute for the Study of War.
Russia suffers not only military and reputational, but also colossal financial losses because of the war unleashed in Ukraine. According to Forbes experts, Russia has spent at least $30 billion on its aggression against Ukraine. For understanding, this amount exceeds the annual budget of Cyprus. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Valeria Nekapelova, UATV News.